Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Mike Smith, actor. Mike Smith is a Canadian actor and musician born in New Glasgow, Nova Scotia, and raised in Thorburn. He is best known for his portrayal of Bubbles, and co-writer of the ongoing cult classic television program Films and stage production Trailer Park Boys. He played hockey for the Pictou County Weeks of the Nova Scotia Midget AAA Hockey League. When he was in high school, Smith earned a degree in English from St. Francis Xavier University in Antigonish, Nova Scotia. For a short time in 2006 he was engaged to actress Nichole Hiltz. Musical interest. Smith showed early signs of musical talent after learning to play the guitar at age 6. Before becoming involved in Trailer Park Boys, he was a guitarist in the rock band Sandbox, and signed a record deal with EMI in Canada and Network in the United States. Sandbox released 2 albums with EMI and Network entitled Bionic and A Murder in the Glee Club. Sandbox was nominated for a Juno Award, East Coast Music Awards, and a Caspi Award. Smith has worked on such films as The Weight of Water and Serendipity. Later, Smith performed as part of Bubbles, a band that also featured founding Rush guitarist Alex Lifeson and Tom Wilson. For the original song Liquor, a Trailer Park Boys episode also features Smith's character Bubbles playing the 1977 Rush track, Closer to the Heart with Alex Lifeson. Smith has performed Liquor with Guns N' Roses on multiple occasions on their Chinese Democracy Tour series in 2006, 2010, and 2011. Smith has also recorded with M. Greiner in Get Brave, released in 2010. Acting career. Smith had been a longtime friend of Trailer Park Boys director Mike Clattenburg and starred in Cartboy with Rob Wells and John Paul Tremblay in 1995. Smith was messing around on the set one day and slipped into his Cartboy character from the short The Cartboy. Clattenburg apparently realized the depth this character held, and The Cartboy, now known as Bubbles, was written into the show. Bubbles was never intended to be a main character, but the more outrageously he behaved, the more audiences loved him, developing him to become a breakout character. Bubbles then became one of the 3 main protagonists, having established that he knew Julian and Ricky from school back in the late 70s to high school in the late 80s. Smith made an appearance as Bubbles in Snow's 2002 music video Legal, but his swearing remained censored. He was also featured in country star George Canyon's video for Drinkin' Thinkin', which showed Bubbles going after his girlfriend, Mike, and the rest of the Trailer Park Boys appeared in the tragically hit video The Darkest One. He has appeared in character as Bubbles at several Guns N' Roses 2006 Canadian tour dates, and dates in Australia and Japan in 2007. Bubbles, along with Ricky and Julian, hosted the 2006 and the 2007 East Coast Music Awards in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island and Halifax, Nova Scotia respectively. In March 2008, Smith, along with 3 others, opened a sports bar in Halifax called Bubba Ray's. Smith also was involved in another bar, Bubbles Mansion, located in downtown Halifax. The bar, partly owned by Smith, closed its doors on Wednesday, March 24, 2010 after 4 years of operation, a decision the management attributed to government hikes in the minimum wage and minimum drink prices. In 2010, Smith reunited with many of his former Trailer Park Boys castmates in the new series The Drunk and On Drugs Happy Fun Time Hour. He also performed a live version of Closer to the Heart with progressive rock band Rush. On October 22, 2012, it was confirmed that Smith will return to his role as Bubbles for a third feature-length Trailer Park Boys film entitled Don't Legalize It, which concluded filming in late April 2013. The film was released on April 18, 2014. In the spring of 2013, Mike Smith, along with his Trailer Park Boys cohorts Rob Wells and John Paul Tremblay, started SwearNet, an internet-based television network that is entirely uncensored. The trio have also produced a film that is a fictional take on their website. Personal life. On April 1, 2016, Smith was arrested for suspicion of misdemeanor domestic battery at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel in Los Angeles, California, after a verbal argument with a woman allegedly turned physical. He was later released on $20,000 bail. Statements released from the Trailer Park Boys production team indicated that the incident was misreported, and that the call to the police was made by persons who had not witnessed the event. The woman is described by Smith as a friend, and she issued a statement that at no time did she feel in danger, and that the incident was perceived as something other than what it was. On April 29, 2016, the case was rejected due to insufficient evidence. Brought to you by WikiVidi.com. Would you like to know more?